Oregon is initiating preliminary discussions in Chicago with the Big Ten to determine if Oregon is compatible in the Big Ten. The source told Action Network. Yeah, but this is from Brett Murphy, by the way. Outgoing Oregon President Michael Schill, AD Rob Mullins, and Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren are not involved in the discussions in Chicago, according to another source. So it's mostly what happens. And honestly, if it's true about them trying to initiate, they need to know whether or not they're going to get in the Big Ten or not. Because we know the Pac 12 very well could collapse. Because if they take, let's just say Stanford and Cal, or Stanford and Washington, the Pac 12/10 is done for. They're burnt toast. I mean, and also another thing is they need to explore to see if that's the best place to go if they're going to go anywhere. Anyway, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. And we know the Big Ten's not done for business. So they could very well take Pac 12 schools and put the Pac 12 to their deathbed, essentially. And because I just don't see, if they lose Washington or Oregon or at least one of those, or if both, Pac 12 is dead. I mean, we know that's the biggest brands left. It is. So, like I said before, we have to wait and see what happens. And if you're those other teams and you see this news about Oregon trying to leave potentially, it really discourages you to stick together. So they might want to explore the best option to get out of the Pac 12, which I say for Utah, Colorado, Arizona State. Those are the four schools that the Big 12 needs to target. For sure. I mean, they're on the, if there's unequal revenue sharing, they would get the least amount compared to Oregon and Washington at the top, and then Stanford and Cal the second most, if there's unequal revenue sharing. And we know the Pac-12 has to get it a TV deal. If it's not between $34 to $46 million, I think they're done for. Not really, they're not done for, but they're going to have to fend for themselves individually as teams to find the best location. I mean, it's the truth, because look, we know the Pac-12 media rights is going to end in 2024. It's going to be very, very quick. And I know some Big 12 fans out there, and I want to name just one. Golden Blue Dude. Yeah, I'm saying something about you. You're just talking on both sides of your mouth, man. Yeah, I know why you're saying that. Because you want West Virginia to go to the ACC and be with their rivals. I'm sorry, that might not happen. And I mean, and the thing is, you're saying the Big 12 is more in danger than the Pac-12. I disagree. The Pac-12 is in more danger. Because look, if they get picked apart more, the Pac-12 does, and they don't get their TV money in terms of what they want, and if it's a $5 million or more difference for travel expenses, of course, then it's for the Pac-12, it's pretty much done in the Pac-12. But, and also realignment stuff doesn't happen overnight. It really, really doesn't. Because who thought Texas and Oklahoma was going to leave for the SEC? How long did that take? Same goes for UCLA and USC to the Big Ten. So, I'm just pointing out the facts, man. Look. It is what it is. We'll have to wait and see what really happens. So I'm not going to speculate on what's going to happen. necessarily. I'm just saying, if you're those other schools, you might need to start looking on your own and not relying the Pac-12 is going to stick together like they are trying to do. And the thing is, Pac-12 is trying to do that. And also, like, all the TV, if they're going to add teams from the Mountain West, they don't bring enough money to help financially as a conference. They don't. They wouldn't help them. It's the truth. So, anyway, I just want to say, I wanted to talk about Oregon and preliminary discussions. That might very well happen for Washington as well. But if you're the Big 12 and Oregon is available, take them if you can. And we don't really want unequal revenue sharing and deal with like what Texas and Oklahoma has been dealing with, has dealt with to the Big 12 necessarily. I would prefer not that to happen. And in terms of like unequal revenue sharing, because it doesn't do any good and it creates chaos and more teams want to leave because of the money is better elsewhere. So, and of course, we know if the Big 12, any Big 12 school that gets a call for the Big 10 and the SEC, I don't blame them for taking it because it's better money. It is what it is. But the thing is, are they wanted? Anybody else wanted? I don't know. So I'm not going to speculate on TCU going to Big 10 or Houston to Big 10 or even Baylor to the Big 10. So I'm not going to say that. I'd rather wait and see what really happens first. If you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. Let's get into 400 subscribers and more by the end of this year.